big questions, right, about what comes next for LeBron James. Also, Luka Doncic, he spoke last night. Our Bobby Marks, he's going to be here in just a little bit to explain exactly how the Lakers should be building around him. And the Lakers, they hold exit interviews. They did so just a couple of hours ago. So we're going to hear from Rob Pelinka, his thoughts on LeBron, the offseason. But first, let's hear from the man himself. Here's LeBron James on what's next.
I mean, with my future, I don't know, obviously. I mean, this is obviously we're still fresh from, obviously losing, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously, as it stands right now tonight. I got a lot of time. I'll sit back, like I think I said it last year after we lost, I think, to Minnesota, to go back and recalibrate with my family and talk with them and spend some time with them. And then when the time comes, obviously, you guys will know what I decide to do. If I can commit to still being in love with the process of showing up to the arena 5.5 hours before a game to start preparing for a game, giving everything I got, diving for loose balls, and doing everything that you know that it takes to go out and play, and showing up to practices, 11 o'clock practice, I'm there at 8 o'clock, preparing my body, preparing my mind, preparing to practice, to put the work in, and so I think for me, I've always been in love with the process and not the aftermath of like, okay, well, we won that game, or we won a championship, or I've always enjoyed the process and not more than the outcome, so I think that would be a big factor. And then also, have a conversation with my 12-year-old daughter. That's a big factor. And my 19-year-old son is entering his second year at Arizona, and my wife as well. So they're a huge factor in any decision I've made. So they'll be a big part of it as well.
So LeBron is going to confer with his family. We are going to check in with Dave McMenamin, who joins us from the Lakers' El Segundo practice facility. Dave, you were in that room with LeBron last night. You've actually been at the last 11 postseason press conferences for LeBron James. What was different about last night? What stood out to you?
Well, Malika, one of the family members that LeBron didn't mention, that'll be a part of his decision-making process, I'm sure, is his son, his teammate, Bronny James. He's on the Lakers. You'd think, based on the way they were able to play with one another late in the season, have a 10-point run together in a road playoff game against Houston, that may be something that's enticing for him to come back. He really distanced himself from any type of retirement talk yesterday. He didn't want to indulge in that. Now, he made it clear that he still has some time that he needs to take to decompress and step away and figure out exactly what he wants to do. But he was not leaving a breadcrumb trail of retirement talk for us to pick up on. And that was a little bit different, quite frankly, than in the last couple of years.
Right. A couple of years ago, it felt like we were having these conversations about could this be it for LeBron James. It doesn't quite feel like the note that we're going out on, but he said he needs a little bit of time, and we're certainly going to give him that. You're out in El Segundo because the Lakers, they're holding their exit interviews today. And we just heard from Rob Pelinka, their general manager, team president. Let's take a listen.
In terms of LeBron, we probably haven't seen a player that has honored the game to the extent that he's honored the game. He's given so much to his teammates, to this organization. And the thing we want to do more than anything else is honor him back. And I think the first order of business there is allowing him to spend the time he needs to decide what his next step are. Does he want to play another year in the NBA? And that'll be, as he said to you guys last night, family time, I think time with his inner circle. And we just want to honor that for him.
All right, so that's just some of what Rob Pelinka said in his comments here. Dave, you were in the room. What's the most important thing for us to know here?
Yeah, Malika, the press conference with Pelinka and J.J. Redick spanned more than 35 minutes, so there's a lot of ground covered, starting with the way the team is already putting the resources that the new ownership group led by Mark Walter to use. One thing, they're going to be adding biomechanic equipment and also recovery equipment to the facility here, consulting with the Dodgers to see what type of stuff they use for their players. They're looking to expand the front office. Rob Pelinka says they're looking to hire 2 assistant general managers, one in charge of pro personnel, another one in charge of analytics and cap data. Beyond that, there's a couple other free agents beyond LeBron James that are coming up this summer namely Austin Reeves, the second longest tenured Laker behind LeBron. And in no uncertain terms, Rob Pelinka said he wants to have Austin Reeves back in a Lakers uniform, and he says those conversations have already begun with Austin's representatives. And so JJ Redick, his perspective from the coaching side is we got to get deeper and we got to be better defensively, but he likes the core that he has in place, and he thinks there was a proof of concept with LeBron, Luka, and Austin Reeves working together with that 16-2 stretch from late February through the end of March.
Yeah, proof of concept is certainly an interesting way to put that, Dave. Thank you very much for that insight. So lots of decisions here for the Los Angeles Lakers, but I'm sitting with two guys who know not only about playing with LeBron, about winning a ring with LeBron, the man in the zebra vest, Amon Shumpert. Danny Green with me here as well. Amon, I'm going to start with you. What stood out from you? You've heard LeBron talk and you've seen LeBron's actions. What did you help us decipher this?
The biggest thing that I took from what he said when he did his post game was he kept talking. Well, he was talking about all the other things, but then he talked about being the third option and it being the first time he did it and being proud of himself that he was the third option, and then being proud of himself and being able to adjust his mindset and conform to the same role that he had to revert back to, which was the number one option. Seeing him do that, I don't know, something about that as a competitor, I can see he wants to do this again. He's coming back for more. I don't know what uniform he'll have. He's coming back.
He's definitely coming back. The biggest thing that I got was that a lot of people question whether he's being truthful, have these cryptic messages, or leading bright. I think he's being very truthful. He does not know, because this is the first time in a long time he's an unrestricted free agent where he doesn't have an extension and he doesn't know what the Lakers are going to offer, provide. Everybody's going to want him at a discounted price because he's 41 years old. But even at 41 years old, he's proven he's one of the better players in this league and in the world. And he was the most available. He was the most valuable. Like, even with Austin Reeves coming back, he was your best player in the playoffs. He's shown up. So why would a guy like that ever take a discount, especially the one that they're looking for? So he doesn't really know who's going to offer what, being an unrestricted free agent. So I think he's just thinking about chilling with his family, golfing right now, but he's really truthful and does not know what the future is going to bring.
He's certainly they're going to have to make the math work, right? And that's sort of a different conversation. But you were both with LeBron. You were with him in 2010, right? When
yes,
he was
early on,
the decision,
9-10, and then 2020.
Right, to leave. And you were with him when he was also making the decision on whether or not he wanted to leave in 2018 from the Cavaliers.
Oh, no, I was gone. But I was around.
I was still around. Did you guys know at that point? You were listening to what he was saying. Did you have a gut feeling?
I had no idea. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I couldn't have imagined him leaving, especially not after he had got to hoist up another championship for Cleveland. I couldn't have imagined him leaving to go to LA, but then again, I wasn't going to imagine him the first time leaving Cleveland. So for me, I think I've had to sit back and respect that he just doesn't think like everybody else.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Rich Paul had a post not too long ago on Twitter going around, but he was talking about how Bron was raised. I really had to give it some thought. I retweeted
deep dive.
Yeah, I gave it some thought, and I was just like, maybe he just don't want to do what we want him to do.
Well, that, and also when you're 41 years old and still playing basketball at the highest level, when he says he doesn't know, there's probably some things that still need to shake out over the next couple of weeks, because you don't know how your body responds, how your mind responds. But he always goes back to whether or not he can give him the preparation that he is used to. And if he can do that, then I expect to see him back and playing. Thunder fans are wondering where they are in this show. We hear you. Thunder fans, this highlight, it is for you here, because they were impressive. OKC, they are rolling. They haven't lost a game in these playoffs. Early on, LeBron drives. This is why you think he can go play with the stuff, because this was a good game that we had here, DG.
It was a great game. And, of course, when you're in clutch time, you know who the clutch player of the year is.
Who are you going to call?
MVP.
SGA. Hits a step back. He had his third 35-point game in a series-clinching game. That's second in Thunder history. He joins Kevin Durant. Rui Hachimura.
Step back.
Smiles. Rui's loving it. Luka's loving it as well.
Like we should have come back.
And then under a minute left, Marcus Smart drives.
Okay, Smart.
By the way, he is a player option as well. So after the free throws, the Lakers are up one here. Next Thunder possession to go, though. Off the screen from SGA, the Lakers bring the double. They did this a lot.
Great play by Mark Daigneault. He knew the trap was coming, had the big roll, tried to play decent.
Keeps that pivot foot down.
He kept it down. He's 7-2, 7-3.
Thunder up 1. So the next Lakers possession here on the switch. LeBron, he gets picked up by Alex Caruso here, Danny.
Yeah.
Yep, familiar
buddies.
territory. They know just like in practice.
One-on-one, baby. Let's get into practice. Let's see
Here
it.
we go.
Working to get inside. This is heavily contested, though. So he goes for the floater. Did you like that shot?
I liked it. I thought it was a good look. And AC knows not let him get to that left hand, so he gets to the right hand.
Inside a little bit more here. So Rui was not on the floor. JJ Redick took a lot of criticism for this because they needed a 3 here.
Without a doubt.
Max Kleber was in, though, to set the screen.
I mean,
He just didn't.
Kleber's hit some big-time shots in his day, but I think he was there for a decoy screen situation.
Well, also, this was an incredibly good look. Luka
He got it.
couldn't quite
great
get it
look.
to go down. So OKC grabs the rebound, and that'll ice the game. And that is how the Thunder are moving up in the Western Conference Finals once again. Oklahoma City is the 4th defending champion, by the way, to start a postseason with 8 consecutive wins, joining the 2017 Cavaliers, the 2001 Lakers, and the 1989 Lakers. So we promise Thunder fans we have a lot more coming for you as these playoffs roll on. But this is the last day for the Lakers. So on that side of things, Luka Doncic, who's never been swept in a series he actually played in, he did speak last night about his absence.
If I could be out there, I would be 100%. Everybody in that room knows that. But, it's been very tough. Like I said, this is the best time to play basketball. I was sad not to be able to help my team. So, and looking to the